Welcome to Behind the Veil, a video podcast powered by the national nonprofit media platform, American Muslim Today. This is your AMT Global News Bulletin, bringing you the top headlines from around the world and across the U.S. Today is Monday, July 14th. Here are the stories making news.
We begin with a damning Senate report that blasts the U.S. Secret Service for what it calls inexcusable failures that nearly cost former President Donald Trump his life. Exactly 1 year after a gunman opened fire at a Trump campaign rally in Pennsylvania, an incident that left Trump injured, a bystander dead, and 2 others wounded, a Senate Homeland Security Committee report finds widespread negligence and a pattern of communications breakdowns in presidential security planning. The shooter, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, was killed by a government sniper, but the report slams the Secret Service for ignoring credible intelligence and failing to coordinate with local law enforcement. Committee Chair Senator Rand Paul didn't mince words, calling it a complete breakdown of security at every level, driven by bureaucratic indifference and a refusal to act on direct threats. 6 agents were disciplined, but none were fired. As Trump put it days before the anniversary, mistakes were made. On Sunday, he added, God was protecting me, while attending the Club World Cup final in New Jersey.
In Washington, President Trump is now turning up the heat on Russia. In a sharp reversal, Trump says he's ready to send top-tier weapons to Ukraine through NATO, and he's giving Moscow 50 days to agree to a ceasefire or face sweeping 100% tariffs. It's the boldest stance Trump has taken against Vladimir Putin during his second presidency. But with Russia having dodged previous ultimatums, skepticism remains. In May, Moscow bypassed a European-led ceasefire deadline with the promise of direct talks. That never happened. Will this ultimatum be different? We'll know in 50 days.
And Trump's tariff strategy doesn't stop at Russia. Starting August 1st, the U.S. will impose 30% tariffs on imports from Mexico and the European Union. In letters posted to Truth Social, Trump said both partners had failed to meet expectations, especially on border security and trade reciprocity. EU President Ursula von der Leyen warned that the tariffs could disrupt vital transatlantic supply chains and promised retaliatory measures if needed. Mexico called the move unfair, despite setting up a binational group to avoid exactly this outcome. These tariffs come on top of Trump's April Liberation Day move to impose global duties, a plan that sent global markets into turmoil. While some countries like the UK and Vietnam have struck early deals, others face an August 1st deadline.
And finally, former President Joe Biden is pushing back against claims that he was unaware of clemency orders signed during his final days in office. In an interview with the New York Times, Biden called accusations that aides used an Autopen to grant pardons without his approval ridiculous and false. He insists he made every decision, pardoning his son Hunter, federal death row inmates, and even former officials like Dr. Anthony Fauci and Jen Mark Milley. Republicans are now using the Autopen controversy to challenge the legitimacy of those acts, despite Trump having used the same device during his own presidency. Biden says it's all political distraction. He told The Times, "They've lied consistently. This is just another attempt to change the focus." That's it for now. Thank you for joining me on Behind the Veil. If you value our public service journalism, please support American Muslim Today, a 501c3 nonprofit, by following us on social media at American Muslim Today or donating at AmericanMuslimToday.com. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.